Bring the code board to order for the February 12th, 2026. Okay.
Sorry.
Could we have a roll call, please?
Yes, Madam Chair. Ms. Collis?
Here.
Ms. Marsh?
Here.
Ms. Roby?
Here.
Mr. Gonzalez? Ms. Rodelbach?
Here.
Ms. Calnan?
Here.
And Ms. Himes?
Here. Could I get a motion to excuse Mr. Gonzalez, but I'm sure he's coming. Did he call?
No, ma'am.
He's probably gonna make arrangements. You wanna wait, or you wanna go ahead and?
We can
Okay.
wait a little.
I make the motion.
Okay, we held. Okay, good. Okay. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If so, do I have a motion? Or is-
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned by Ms. Marsh, second by Ms. Roby. All in favor?
Miss. Aye. It was Miss Callis,
Ms. Cat? Okay,
the second.
okay. Is there a disclosure of ex parte communication? Being none, here are our procedures. We will be calling cases by number, for the most part in order as they are listed on the agenda. If there are any attorneys or police present, we will hear those cases first. When your case is called, please come forward and be sworn in. State your name and address for the record. If you are not the owner of the property, please state your relationship to the owner. Our proceedings are recorded, so please speak into the microphone. The board hears from the code officers first, and then you will be given the opportunity to respond. Please direct all response to the board. Witnesses may also testify following the same procedure. Are there any attorneys or policemen present? Okay.
Not whether reference Mr. Gonzalez being present.
Mr. Gonzalez is present now.
Here.
Okay. Can we get the officers swearing in, please?
You guys stand, please, to be sworn in. You raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Okay. Madam Secretary, are there any notices or
Yes, ma'am.
changes? Okay.
Starting on page 2. Lien Review 2 will be via Zoom.
Okay.
That's 831 Madison Avenue.
Okay. That, okay. Okay.
Page number 3. Case number 2, 365 Woodland Avenue is also via Zoom.
Case number 2.
2,
Okay.
page 3.
Okay.
Page number 4, case number 5, CEB 01-26-13, 401 North Oleander is in compliance as of February the 11th, 2026. Page number 7, case number 16, case number 17, CEB 01-26-24, 1600 Attucks Court, should have been on the new cases. It's one of the cases that Inspector Wexelberg should be continued.
Okay. This one should, 17.
17, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's not compliance or non-compliance. Page 8, case number 22, 900 Madison Avenue, via Zoom. Same page, page 8, case number 23, CEB 0126-23, 646 Marco Street has an interpreter that's present.
And that first number on this page was what?
That's on page 8.
But the one you called before was also on 8.
Yes, ma'am, 22, case 22, via Zoom.
Okay.
Page number 9, case 27, CEB 02-26-39, 204 Bellevue Avenue is in compliance as of February 5th, 2026. I'm sorry, I also have to back up to page, the one with the interpreter. Oh, she is on the new cases. She is compliance and non-compliance. My apologies.
Is the interpreter, you saying it's a new case?
Yes, ma'am, it was continued from last month.
Okay.
Compliance or non-compliance.
Yeah, okay.
Page number 9, CEB 02-26-39. I think I just said that.
Yeah.
204 Bellevue Avenue, compliance, February 5th, 2026. Page 11, case 32, CEB 02-26-38, 1026 South Gertrude Court is in compliance as of February 10th, 2026. And those are my announcements. But Madam Chair, may I ask if you, when we go through the cases, if you could say who's motion and second the motion?
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. And we'd like to have the interpreter come up as like the police or the attorneys. Thank you.
Okay. We'll lead review 1.
Morning.
Okay.
Pertaining to 220, Officer Clegg, my credentials are in file. Pertaining to 221 Blanche, it was first notified on January 20th of 2022. Compliance was December 29th of 2025. The city has came in agreement and recommends a reduction of the fine of $1,500.
Okay. Can I get a motion from the floor? What? Just,
I make a motion to accept the,
wait.
Pertaining to the case, since he's not here right now, we would like to withdraw the recommendation
Okay.
and continue the fine as it is right now, at over $15,000.
Okay, and this is only review 1, that's,
Yeah, the respondent, it's his request, so he should have been here to answer any questions that you may have, and also let you know that he agreed to the reduction, and he's not here.
you don't think he might be outside, or I'm just, Okay. Yeah, if you would, please. Just like he said, he requested it. Okay, thank you, Mr. Clegg.
Thank you.
Is this being continued to?
It's being continued or withdrawn?
Say he may show up and continue it.
Respondents here.
Oh, he is here.
That's it.
Come on up.
Can you step on the other side?
Good morning.
Good morning.
All the way over, sir. All the way. There you go.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with this. Good morning, everybody again.
okay. Now,
Will you, I'm sorry, will you both be testifying?
We have a,
I just need you to,
oh, yes,
do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes, I do.
Thank you. And can you repeat your name, who you are, and your affiliation to this case?
Yeah, my name is Enrique Zahn, and I'm living in 221 Blanche Place. I bought that property a couple of years ago from my son when he got sick. I just went to a quick claim deed and I fixed the property for me and my wife, to be my residence.
Mr. John, if you would, please just hold just a moment.
I got a problem with my ear, if you can,
Oh, okay.
I don't understand.
Okay. Mr.
Yeah, pertaining to this case, the city is recommending the reduction of the fine to $1,500 to be paid within 30 days.
Okay. Did you hear?
Yes, I did. I told to Mr. Cleary that's what I was not recognizing him because I never met him.
Okay.
Does that mean it's in compliance?
Yes, ma'am, that's a
Yes.
picture right there.
Yes.
The other picture was from 2023.
Okay, I'll make a motion. The motion's been made to reduce. Right, are we doing it?
Right. And just, you're making a motion to accept.
Mr. Zahn, do you agree?
Yes, I agree because unfortunately right now at this point I was not aware of this,
Okay, I have a motion. Is there a second, please? Okay. It has been motioned by Ms. Callis, second by Mrs. Marsh. All in favor? Aye. Thank you, Mrs. Zahn.
I appreciate it very much for you.
Okay. Okay. And review number 2, CEB 0621179, Janice Pickens at 831 Madison Avenue.
I do not have that respondent here via Zoom.
It's Zoom.
Yeah, she's supposed to be getting a granddaughter to help her. She has a disability.
Oh, okay.
But she's not here via Zoom, so I'll just let you guys know that.
Thank you. Is Mr. Oringer on Zoom?
No.
He's supposed to.
Madam Chair, before we start the new cases, the city recommends to take the interpreter, case 23 first, at your discretion.
Why are these two different?
It's an addition.
Members, could you turn to case 23?
The respondent is not here.
Oh, never mind, the respondent doesn't appear to be here.
She's coming.
I'm sorry.
Hold on,
Aware.
hold on.
Is everybody running late?
Okay. So she's not here. Did anyone check outside to make sure? So we won't.
You did see her? We'll just wait.
Okay. Okay.
She'll wait.
We're now in our continued cases. Case number 1, CEB 012631, Evelyn Rodriguez at 1405 Molly Road.
And Madam Chair, may I ask everyone to pull their mics down when they talk because I can't hear you.
Okay.
Thank you.
What do we do about that?
Ma'am, will you raise your right hand?
Be sworn in.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And can you state your name and your affiliation to this case?
Evelyn Rodriguez, owner of 1405 Molly Road.
Thank you.
Pertaining-
Mr. Clegg.
Yes, ma'am. Pertaining to 1405 Molly, this case was opened November 21st of 2023, and they were first notified on December 4th of 2025. Since the last hearing, had no contact with the owner, and the property is occupied, no progress. The city is recommending a fine of $100 a day, capped to $10,000.
Okay. Would you like to?
On October 5th, 2024, Governor DeSantis declared a state of emergency as a result of Hurricane Milton. Florida Statute 125.023 allows a temporary shelter on residential properties following the declaration of the state of emergency issued by the governor, during which permanent residential structure was damaged, which mine was, and rendered uninhabitable for up to 36 months after the date of the declaration, which was October 5th, 2024, or until a certificate of occupancy is issued, whichever comes first. My home was damaged and rendered uninhabitable by Hurricane Milton. The statute requires that I make a good faith effort to rebuild, renovate the damaged permanent residential structure, which I can prove that I have been doing and continue to do. Unfortunately, nobody wants to work around here, but the statute requires that temporary shelter be connected to water and electricity, which it was. The statute also requires that the resident live in the temporary shelter, which I did until recently. Now, there was never a time during the renovation of my home when I could not go into the house and wash my hands. The workers did not have to turn off the water from the city's main because there are shut-off valves inside the house under every vanity and sink. At the last month's board meeting, the city's advisor stated that I did not qualify for this statute exemption because I could go inside and wash my hands. That statement is totally false. Now, the board gave me until February 4th to move the RV. That didn't happen because the city experienced inclement weather. We had low temperatures and very high winds. We couldn't move it. However, the structure, the temporary, the RV has been moved. It was moved this weekend.
Did you contact Mr. Clegg?
No.
Can you give me that citation again? Because I don't think that's the right citation for the statute.
Florida Statutes 125.023.
125.023. Have you looked at 166.03?
I'm going by this temporary because of the hurricane.
Okay. So,
And I believe I've complied with everything it says. Like I said, I've done every effort, and I'm still working on the house, but it's small things that the contractor left undone, but it doesn't forbid me to move in. And I just moved in this weekend. So I have been residing in the temporary RV until this past weekend.
Okay. I'm asking both attorneys here, does this interfere with the time that she was wrote up?
okay, so I want to just repeat what I said at the January hearing. The statute that even if the statute that she mentioned applies, which it doesn't, it's a different statute that applies, but even if it did, the statute she cited, 125.023, does not apply because it only applies when the permanent home is rendered uninhabitable, which it is not at this time. She can go into her home. She stated that she does so.
So it was not rendered
And the temporary
uninhabitable.
shelter has to be connected to water and electricity. She can't need to go to her main house to wash her hands. So, even so, I contend that that's not the proper statute. The proper statute is 166.0335, which also requires the same for the FEMA trailer that she has. It requires that, one, that she needs to be making a good faith effort to move back into the main house and fix it to make it habitable. Now it is habitable, meaning she no longer can have that trailer in front by either statute.
Okay, now you were,
Madam Chair, I'm looking at it a little bit differently. The respondent has stated that the trailer has been moved, but as we know, nothing is final until the inspector says that. My suggestion would be to set a fine date that begins, let's say, a few days, and give her an opportunity to have Mr. Klieg go out there, inspect it, and determine that it's no longer there. At which time, if it isn't, then he can find it in compliance, assuming everything meets his standards. And if it isn't, then fine begins to run.
I'll make a motion.
I got a question before
Okay.
we get a motion. The last meeting, I recall, you were instructed to stay in touch with Mr. Klieg.
I didn't hear that, and I haven't, this happened this weekend. This happened Monday, because we couldn't move it with that windy, high winds the weekend before.
Well,
but let me
But I
ask this.
didn't, I
Remember-
figured that the board was gonna meet this week anyway, and I was on the agenda.
Okay, but remember, as he said last time, because we make notes, I did tell you to stay in touch after him with Mr. Clegg. So I know you said okay, so I just want to clear that up. Okay,
I'll go ahead and make the motion. City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds that in case number CEB 01-26-31, that the respondent, Evelyn Rodriguez, who was previously found in noncompliance, remain in noncompliance, and therefore orders a fine in the amount of $100 per day to commence on, what's Monday's date?
Oh, Monday's date. I will find out.
February
It is the 16th.
the 16th, 2026. And continue each day until the fine has reached in the amount of $10,000 or the property is brought into compliance.
Second.
okay, second, and I would like to hear that, Ms. Roby, a little clearer. You're saying the fine will commence on
We'll start on 2/16
2/16 if,
unless she's in compliance, which if it's moved, oops, sorry.
$216. Now, Mrs. Rodriguez, did you understand? Oh, I'm sorry. Motion by Ms. Roby,
I second it.
second by Mr. Gonzalez. And all in favor? Aye. Okay. Mrs. Rodriguez, did
Ms.
you hear
Rodriguez.
what is happening? You're gonna have to get with him.
Well, he just has to come to my house and see.
Ms. Rodriguez, are you gonna listen?
Okay.
Okay? You have to get with him. He has to see that the trailer has been moved. If this is not done on the 16th, the fine will start at $100 per day.
Understood.
You understood that?
Yes, I'm not lying, it's not
No,
there.
no, Ms. Rodriguez.
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
Quick question. I just want to make sure that the sewer and water it's just disconnected to the city, so.
Well, they couldn't pull the trailer away if the sewer and things were connected.
Just want to make sure it's the
Oh,
best case.
yes.
Okay, so you want to make sure that that's done?
Right, all the utilities are
Okay.
disconnected.
And I would note there's also a U-Haul storage box.
Yeah, no, that's in compliance right now.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. Clerk. Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez. We'll now have case number 2, which is Zoom, and then I believe is the interpreter.
Yes, ma'am. She's here.
Okay. Okay. Board members, case number 23, we're gonna go to.
Move on to 24.
The interpreter's here and the respondent's here as well, so.
It is. Case 23 will be in your continuing cases, but it's a new case.
It's new? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
It is new.
It's new.
Yeah. It's on page 8.
I need to swear the interpreter in first.
Okay.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the interpretation you will give in this hearing will be true interpretation from English to Spanish and Spanish to English, questions asked and answers given? You will make the true translation into English of any written which is required by you to decipher or translate to the best of your ability.
Yes, I do. Whenever somebody else certified Spanish interpreter.
Thank you. Miss
So,
Miss Rodriguez, Miss Velazquez, do you rate? Sorry. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
okay, Mr. Wexenberg.
Hi. Good morning. Inspector Wexberg, City of Daytona Beach. My credentials are on file. This case was field generated as staff observed and first observed on the 18th of June. Okay, it was observed for the violation of excessive outside storage. Property owner was notified via certified letter and returned unclaimed on the 19th of August. The property was also posted on the 6th of August 2025. Compliance was due by the 8th of September 2025. Last inspection was conducted yesterday, the 11th of February, and remains not compliant. Staff is recommending a finding of non-compliance with compliance due by the next cutoff.
Okay. Okay, remember, since it is a new case, it's either compliance or non-compliance. Okay.
Are you making a recommendation for the fine?
No, it's no, it's a new case.
Oh, okay.
It's for compliance or non-compliance.
Okay.
I guess it is a new case, but it's in the continuance, but it is new. Okay.
I'll go ahead and make the motion.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to ask her.
Questions?
We could.
Do you have any?
Yeah, because it's just non-compliance or compliance.
She should have an opportunity to respond.
I believe that.
Would you ask her, does she want to respond?
So, good morning. Buenos días. Yo he estado cumpliendo, solamente con él solo he tenido un día de comunicación. Cuando él me puso en una lista, hacer como arreglar el techo, cortar unas ramas, limpiar alrededor, yo lo hice.
I have been in compliance. I have been trying to, but I have only had one conversation with him. He gave me a list of things that I needed to do, like the roof, cut some branches and to clean certain areas.
Y lo hice con mi esposo.
And I did it with my husband.
And did what?
And I did it. I complied with. I did it with my husband.
Okay.
Después de ahí, en el mes de diciembre y enero, he tenido a mi mamá enferma.
After that, during the months of December and January, my mom, I have not been at home. My mom has been sick.
Estaba cuidando a mi mamá. Y las altas temperaturas del mes de febrero no me hicieron estar afuera de la intemperie, enfermándome.
And I have been taking care of my mother. And besides, during the month of February, it was so cold that it would not allow me to be outside of the risk. I didn't want to be outside. risking to get sick.
Madam Chair, do you mind if I ask
Yes.
the relevant questions to this hearing? Do you agree that the violation listed in the notice you received existed at the time that the notice was issued?
Yes.
Is 1 month reasonable for you to come into compliance?
Un mes es razonable para que usted cumpla con todas y arregle las violaciones. ¿Usted piensa que en un mes lo puede hacer? Sí. Yes.
All the relevant questions have been asked. Compliance set by next hearing, it should be sufficient.
Próxima audiencia y hay que tener todo resuelto. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, well, no, that hasn't been decided yet. She made the suggestion.
Ella solamente lo sugirió.
Mr. Did you want to say anything?
Yes, this has been open for a considerable period of time, and myself and Inspector Garcia did meet with the family in November to outline exactly what to do and how to start at the front of the building and work all the way to the back to properly get rid of the outside storage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, members, it still is as a compliance or non-compliance. And that's all we can do on this today. But as he said, it has been an issue.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement hereby finds the respondent, what's her name?
None.
This one. Emerita L. Vasquez and Rosa Berta Hendricks at 646 Marco Street, case number CEB 0126-23, to be in non-compliance, and orders the respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff date, which is 3/4/26, or be returned to this before the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board on their next hearing date, 3/12/26, for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 per day.
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned by Ms. Callis, second by Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Ms.
Excuse me, board. Lien review number 2 is here.
Okay. It has been motion and carried that you're in non-compliance. You have until 3/12/26.
3/4.
Huh?
3/4.
It's a cutoff.
3/4? Oh, it's a cutoff, sorry. You have until 3/4/26 to come in compliance. In the meantime, the progress that you make, please get with Mr. Wexenberg. Okay? Now, if this is not in compliance by 3/4/26, then the fine, when you come back, will start after the state if it's not in compliance.
I will comply.
Quedo en la casa, no trabajo y hago las cosas, hago la limpieza.
I don't want to find, I don't have a job right now. I stay at home, so I'm going to do the cleaning. And I also wanted to ask a question. ¿Cuál era la pregunta?
Hace un día cuando yo me accidenté los ojos, que fue el 28 de diciembre, que tuve un accidente en los ojos, me mandaron reposo para mis ojos. Que si él recibió mi mensaje, que si la comunicación con él, cuando yo le dejo mensaje, él escucha los mensajes.
I just have a question. On December 28th, I had an accident. I suffered an injury in my eyes, and I sent him a message. I just want to confirm if he's receiving my messages.
Yeah.
When I send them, does he receive them? Does he read them?
No, I did not.
No lo recibió.
Yo agarré la tarjetita voy a ir y al otro que habla español, que es un muchacho de Puerto Rico. Y le dejé saber la condición como los doctores me habían dicho que cuidara de mis ojos.
I took the card, I called that number that was on the card, and I also called the other guy, a Puerto Rican guy,
So-
and I left a message where the doctor had said that I needed to rest and care of my eyes.
These are procedural things that should be discussed with the inspector yeah. I
Thank
also
you, Mr. Wexenberg.
I'd also, if you'd allow me, I'd just like to kindly remind the board of a suggestion that we went over during training. At compliance and non-compliance, the only two relevant issues are, do you agree that the violation existed at the time the notice was issued? And two, is this enough time to come into compliance? Everything else is for the second hearing, for due process concerns
Wait,
and
are you
efficiency.
You saying that
The
it's
o-
either compliance or non-compliance?
So at a hearing.
No one needs to explain anything.
When it's a compliance and non-compliance, the only due process requirements are addressing the questions of, do you agree that the violation existed at the time the notice was issued? And two, is this enough time to come into compliance? And then at the next hearing, if they don't come into compliance, we can get into why. I'm not saying you
Okay,
can't let
that'd
them
be all.
speak, I just
Thank
wanted to remind them of the legal.
Thank you, Mr. Wexenberg.
I would also remind you that only the inspectors can make the determination of compliance. And if it's on this agenda, the inspectors have not made a finding of compliance unless
Right,
you were told earlier that it was in compliance.
right. Thank you. We now have our, thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Case number 2, CEB 032560.
I thought we were doing a lien review. The lien review is here on Zoom.
Yes.
Lien review 2 is here, not case number 2.
Oh, I thought it was phase number
My
2.
apologies.
Thank you.
I'm back.
Okay. Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet, sir.
Okay.
You should note that I'm back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Ms.
Good morning. Will you,
Secretary, you did note he was back, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Will you raise your right hand, ma'am? Miss Pickens? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. We can't hear you.
She's muted.
Can you unmute your phone? Oh, oh, you unmuted. Okay.
Okay, 1 second. Okay.
There you go. Thank you. Will you raise your hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
So help me God.
Thank you. Can you
I do.
say your affiliation to this case? How are you affiliated to this case?
How are you connected?
This was my house.
Okay. Thank you.
This was my home.
Mr. Orinder, sitting here.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I get you to raise your right hand to be sworn in? He is our city official, city staff. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am. So help me God.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Itani, thank you.
Inspector Itani, co-compliance credentials are on file. This case was opened June 10th, 2020. First notice was received June 15th, 2020. The property came into compliance December 16th, 2025. Staff recommending we waive the entire lien on the property because the property was on a city rehabilitation repair list since May of 2018. And the property was shut down due to COVID, and now it's back and running. So the city is going to be building her a new house.
Okay, and you're,
And if you have any questions about the program,
Yeah, he's there.
director's up on Zoom.
but I was asking her for her recommendation. Who's your-
To waive the lien.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. Okay, Mrs.
My name is Pickens.
Pickens, would you like
It's
to?
Dukes, actually.
It's Pickens.
I was married. Yeah.
Okay.
Dukes is her last name now.
Okay, Dukes, okay. Would you or, what's his name?
Mr. Orinder.
Mr. Orinder, would you like to say anything, or Mrs. Pickens?
No, ma'am, other than the program was suspended due to COVID. That's what's taken us so long as far as rebuilding her home. So we're now in the phase that, from what I understand, the contractor has all the permits to continue forward. We've gotten the house completely torn down and ready to move forward.
Okay, thank you. Members, the city is asking that the fee be waived.
I'd like to make a motion, the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby orders that the lane in case number, what's the case number? Is it
06 on the other page.
0621
CEB 0621-179 be reduced to the amount of 0, subject to being, well, not paid. If
Not
you run
being
any,
paid.
It's 0.
It's 0.
if you run into any problem, call the city attorney's office.
Okay, she's reading.
Okay?
Okay. It has been motioned by Ms. Callis and second by Mrs. Marsh that the fee be waived. Thank you, Ms. Hatton.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Pickett, your fee has been waived.
Have to vote.
We didn't
Okay.
vote, we didn't vote yet.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
Thank
All
you
in
so
favor?
much.
Okay. All in favor?
God is so
Aye.
good.
Okay,
Have a great day.
thank you.
All right. You all have a blessed day.
You too.
You too.
Thank you.
Case number 3, CEB 0525105, Gary Afford at 141 Pierce Avenue. Okay. Mr. Afford, would you raise your hand to be sworn in, please? And it's your wife? I mean, it's...
No.
Yeah.
Gary Alford at 141 Pierce Avenue, Daytona Beach, Florida.
Just a minute, sir. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
And you as well?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now can you state your name and your affiliation to this case?
Gary Alford at 141 Pierce Avenue, Daytona Beach, Florida.
Thank you. And you are?
I'm Nicole Consolazio, and I'm with Endeavors. I'm his case manager.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Mr.
Good morning, Madam Chair.
Rubini?
Inspector Ron Beatty, my credentials are on file. The respondent was first notified on March 11th, 2025. Since the last hearing, I have had contact with the caseworker. There has been some progress made, and staff is recommending to amend this case to the April 2026 cutoff.
Okay. April 20, so that would be 4/1.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Stafford, would you like to see anything, or your caseworker?
Yeah, so his case is moving along pretty well. They are in the process of getting the permits for the demolition, and then they'll rebuild his home. He's not currently living in the home right now. The power is already shut off and everything for that process. The only thing that I was personally gonna ask is that I am pregnant and I will be going on maternity leave and not be able to be here if we do an April meeting. The home will not be done by April.
I was going to ask if you wanted more time.
Yes, the home will not be done by April, and it's very hard for Gary to do this on his own. So I was just gonna see if we could get a little more time.
Okay. Mr. Bean, is there an extension of time or months? Or
June would be fine with me.
April, May, June, that would be, what, 3 months?
6/3.
6/3.
1, 2,
Okay.
4 months. It'd be 4 months. Do you
4
think June is?
That would be great. Yeah, we would
Okay,
definitely
June.
have some progress by then.
Okay.
Because all we're looking for is for this house to be gone. We don't have to worry about the new one going up, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah,
Well,
this
okay.
house should
Yes.
be
Okay.
definitely by June.
Okay.
The house will be gone.
Okay.
Right now, I'm doing fine. I'm living at Travel Inn right now.
Okay.
Under the program thing.
Okay. Well, thank you. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion. The City of Daytona Beach Enforcement Board hereby orders that in the previous order of noncompliance in case number CEB 05-25-105 be amended to allow the respondent Gary Alford to bring the property into compliance or be returned to before the City of Daytona Beach Enforcement Board on 6/11. For consideration for a fine up to $1,000.
It's 6-3.
363.
6-3.
Cut it 6-3.
6-3.
6-3.
Let me start over. City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby orders that the previous order of noncompliance in case number CEB 05-25-105 be amended to allow the respondent Gary Alford to bring the property into compliance or be returned to the proceedings before the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board, cutoff date of 6/3, for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 per day.
Second.
It has been motioned by Ms. Robles, second by Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Alford, you have until June the 3rd
Thank you
to
very
come into
That's
trouble.
when the next one of these are. For
Yeah.
If the house is
Yeah,
gone,
for
just
him.
stay in touch with Mr. Beanie.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
This one will be 6/11 meeting.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Good luck on your baby.
Oh, yes, congratulations.
Okay. Case number 4, CEB 042579.
Madam Chair, you
Yes.
skipped case number 2.
I did?
Yes, ma'am. CEB.
Okay, June.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me. Case number 2, CEB 032560, Janice Hoover Estate at 365 Woodland Avenue. Zoom.
That respondent is still not here. I
Okay.
have 22 if you want to just do that one, but at your discretion.
Let's just get rid of this and let's
Doesn't matter to me.
we'll
This is
do
the only Zoom
22.
I have left.
Well,
And if
I-
two shows
We'll
up
do
later,
the-
it's up to you guys, yeah.
if it matters, notice was properly given. Legally, you don't have to wait, but it's your discretion.
Yeah, we're just gonna do 22 and get through with that.
If they're not here,
Okay.
done.
That will be up around.
Mr. Stinson, sorry about that. We're gonna do 22 too. Okay. Case number 22, CEB 012618, Christina Jones at 900 Madison Avenue.
Will you raise your right hand, ma'am? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And can you state your name and affiliation to this case?
Christina Jones, owner.
Thank you.
Okay, Mrs. Turner.
Respondent was first notified September 15th, 2025. Since the January hearing, I've had no contact with the owner and there's been no progress. Last inspection was February 9th, 2026, and the result was non-compliance. SAC recommends a fine of $500 a day with a cap of $15,000.
Sorry.
Okay. Mrs. Jones, what would you like to say?
Yeah, I called her sometime, one I called her yesterday to also notify her about the landscaping that was just done on the property a few days ago, to see if she was able to see that. I also called and left an email as well, because when I didn't hear back from her yesterday, I decided to reach out to the actual office and spoke to the secretary there, and then that's when she gave me the email for the sale link as well. So I left and called her. She said that I will be coming in for it next week. And I also told her before that I would need more time. Like, the property it's been a while because the landscape has been cut. All that has been cleared up. Only thing I'm doing for next week is removing those boards off the walls. Yeah, the grass is cut. That is not what it looks like right now. The grass is already cut.
Okay,
Only thing that's left now is the boards on the walls. And then I'm gonna have the house sandblasted in 2 weeks. So I'm gonna need some more time.
Mrs. Jones, can I ask some questions then as to her? Beside the landscaping, have any of these other sightings been completed? Like dirt and grime, faded peel and paint, boarded windows, trash and derbish, dilapidated shed and fence.
No, ma'am.
Damaged faucet and soffit, overgrown, abundant in air. Rick, has any of this other been?
All violations are valid as of Monday.
Oh, okay. Okay then. Members, and your recommendation is the
Fine.
500 a
With a
day?
cap of 15,000.
Okay.
What was it, 500?
$500 a day
day.
with a cap of 15,000.
Spend since 9:15 and it's,
I'd like to make a motion for a fine order.
okay.
The City of Daytona Beach Enforcement Board hereby finds that in case number CEB 012618, that the respondent, Christina Jones, who was previously found in noncompliance and is still in noncompliance, and order a fine in amount of $500 a day, capped to $15,000, to commence today, and to continue each day until the fine has reached the amount of $15,000, or the property is brought into compliance.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, it has been moved by Ms. Callis and second by Mrs. Marsh that the respondent, as starts today, the fine of $500 per day until brought into compliance. Ms. Jones, did you hear that?
I did hear that. I'm still dealing with the effect of Hurricane Milton. Like that, trees was all over the property. I had to get all that stuff cut off the property and removed.
Okay.
I believe you guys mentioned statute 166.0335. That this is adding a financial hardship right now. Like even with that on my head, like I'm doing everything in good faith to mitigate the blight on the neighborhood. I said next week I have an appointment for someone to remove all the boards off the windows, and then the week after that to sandblast the house and the shed.
But Ms. Jones, this has been going on since 9/15 of '25. And as we asked you before, to stay in touch with Mrs. Atana. That's the way we know what's done. But when I asked just now, had any of these other things been completed? There was nothing.
Okay, so.
So it's just not the landscaping.
Mark, I just got back into town because on the last meeting, I just got back into town. I just had tumors removed from my eye. My mother was severely ill and died. That's why I wasn't in town. I wasn't here.
So
yeah, but that's why you should correspond with her and let her know these things beforehand.
Madam Chair.
I did call her today. I called her yesterday. I called her 2 weeks ago.
So she mentioned something just for due process, if you would allow me to address it. You mentioned statute 166.0335.
Yes, ma'am.
This only applies if you're having a temporary shelter on the property and living in that shelter. Do you have a temporary shelter on the property that you're living in?
Not on the property now, but no, I can't live in that house right now because of all the stuff.
Okay. So that statute doesn't apply. I just wanted to address that for the record. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you for clarifying that with me.
And I have to clarify, I was not in office yesterday, so she could not have reached me yesterday.
Okay.
And she did reach out maybe 2 weeks ago, and she asked for more time. She didn't tell me she was doing anything. She asked for more time. And I explained to her that we're going to be in court today.
Okay.
So it wasn't anything about her doing any kind of work on the property.
Was she in touch with you beforehand?
No.
Before that?
No.
I got a question.
No, I have the pictures. I was gonna, I'll tell you about this next time. Because I
Motion's already been made.
I know, but I just want to, she says she can't live in the house. Is there renters in there, or are you living, or we're living there?
It's vacant.
She does?
It's vacant.
It's vacant?
It's been vacant for a long time.
Okay.
Okay. Mrs. Jones, you will have to complete these things to stop the fine, because you will be fined $500 per day, up to $15,000.
You could
Okay,
also
thank
always
you.
apply for a lien review. Were you here when they had the first 2 lien reviews where the city forgave some of that debt? Were you? Okay, so if you reach out to her. Okay, if you can always watch our historical meetings and see how those hearings happen, or touch base with the code inspector. She can explain to you after you come into compliance how you can make that appeal request, but you have to come into compliance before that appeal request. It's called a lien review.
Okay. That's not an issue. Like, I've been working on the property. Like I said, the landscaping, we cut down trees and branches and everything from that hurricane and from the massive winds and things like that in the drying. We've been working on it. So it's not like I'm negating any of the responsibility. It just takes time because I have to go over there and handle that as well as being sick. And I just was horribly sick. And, you know,
Okay.
but I am working on the property and I am taking it very seriously. I don't want to think you guys are, like, I'm taking you guys' time.
No, we're not thinking that, but we need you to stay in touch with Mrs. Tanner. That's the person you need to
And I'll
say
also
it to.
send her the emails of the pictures of the property so she can see the work that was done.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
We have to vote.
Okay. Our
We need
next.
to vote.
Did you
We
have
to
a vote?
vote?
Yes,
We already made a motion and it was
I
seconded.
It was
did.
motion
did.
second, and I
Second,
asked the question.
It was already voted before you asked the question.
And I second.
Yeah, you
And
already
we got a
voted
second.
and everything before you asked the question.
I'm writing it down now, so. Okay, yeah, write it down now. Okay, we're now in, no, we're not. Okay, case number 4. Okay, Mrs. Quinn, case number 4, CEB 042579, Gary E. Holt at 524 Butler Boulevard.
Good morning, Mariah Quinn, Code Inspector, City of Daytona Beach. My credentials are on file. The resident was first notified on December 12th, 2024. Since the last hearing, I have had contact with the property owner. The property is currently occupied. Since the last hearing, the owner hired an architect to provide engineered drawings that are required for his permit through permits and licensing. Staff recommends amending for a final time to the March cutoff.
To the March cutoff. Be 3-4. Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make the motion. This is a new case, right?
No.
No.
It's a continuing case.
It's an amended case.
Okay. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby orders that the previous order of non-compliance in case number CEB 0425-79 be amended to allow the respondent, Gary Holt, to bring the property into compliance or be returned to it for consideration of a fine up to, what would you say? $100 a day.
Okay. Okay.
By 3/4/26.
Second.
It's an amended
hold
order.
on.
It's not a fine order.
It's amended.
She's asking for next month.
She wants to amend it.
Cut off to next month. Amended to the next cutoff.
Amended.
The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby orders that the previous order of noncompliance in case number CEB 0425-79 be amended to allow the respondent, Gary Holt, to bring the property into compliance or be returned to a proceeding before the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board on 3/4 for consideration of a fine up to $100 on this type of property.
It's up to $1,000.
It's to 1,000, yeah. That's what I was about to say. Okay. Is there a second?
It's to be usually in compliance by the compliance cutoff date, and I believe that's 3/4.
3/4.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
yeah.
I'll
Okay.
second.
Is there a motion?
Beth made it. I'm
She
second.
seconded it.
Oh, Roby? Okay, it's been moved by Mrs. Caliber and second by Mrs. Roby. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
So that was second by Ms. Rodabat. I mean, motion by Rodabat.
Made the motion.
Okay.
And Roby second.
Okay.
Okay. Case number 5, CEB 012613.
Compliance.
Ivy Lynn Bibber and Catherine Lee Siegel at 401 North Oleander.
Compliance.
Compliance as of 2/11/26. Case number 6, CEB 012601, Robert Roverbeck II at 3020 North Peninsula Drive. Ms. Quinn.
I'm the responding here. I'm just going to
Okay.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Will you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm sorry, and state your name and affiliation to this case.
My name is Robert Warbeck. I'm the owner of the property at 3020 North Peninsula Drive.
Thank you.
Now, Ms.
Good morning. This respondent was first notified on September 28th of 2025. Since the last hearing, an after-the-fact permit has been pulled for the fence. The city is awaiting the submittal of the boundary survey and the residential pool safety form, which the respondent notified me this morning that he has submitted the submitted the survey to permitting. Last date of inspection was January 31st of 2026. Staff recommends amending to the next cutoff.
Okay.
I like.
Does he have something he
Mr.
wants to say?
Roderbach?
Go ahead.
Yes, the survey was actually done yesterday, and we submitted to the building department when it comes in. Now, the building department's been in contact with me quite often. Last time I was here, I took a fall at the front entrance downstairs. I was in the hospital for 10 days. Okay, so I know what I'm doing. I didn't, of construction. I've been a builder since November 12th for 40 years, licensed. And I don't get code violations. This property, unfortunately, got damaged from the hurricanes. And I finally got around, I had a stroke too, but I got around doing things, and you can say it's an improvement of the fence. Behind that wooden fence is an original chain link fence that was there. And the safety of pool area, all of it, everything's there. The gate came in where it shuts automatically. That only thing has to be installed because I have to have someone drill the hole a little wider. But otherwise, the main crux of everything was getting a survey. And when I left here, I ended up getting a call in to the quickest person who can come out there. And it was yesterday. They actually came out and took all the measurements. And mind you, I was in the hospital for 10 days. And they keep you in the hospital if you're really sick. They usually throw you out. So I'll make my best effort. I've been in contact with the code inspector here.
Okay.
So I just asked for...
Mariah, do you think that's enough time, this next month's cutoff, or do you want to?
It all depends when they send me in a survey, since the guy took all the measurements yesterday. So, and it's a Sanford company that does several counties. So I asked the guy any way of getting it done before today's hearing. He says, that's asking a lot of us. And
Mr.
so,
Rockabye, I think you was
He should
asking
have, he shouldn't have enough time because it's an after the fact. So once it's submitted, he'll be able to schedule his inspection. So he should have enough time
Okay.
by the March 4th cutoff.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I'll make the motion. that the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby orders that the previous order of noncompliance in case number CEB 01-26-01 be amended to allow the respondent, Robert Warbeck, to bring the property into compliance or be returned to a proceeding before the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement on 3/12 for consideration.
3/4.
3/4 for consideration of a fine up to $100 a day?
$1,000.
Oh, $1,000 a day.
$1,000 per day.
Second.
Okay, this has been moved by Mrs. Rodenbach and second by Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Mr. Warbeck, just so it's clear, your compliance date is 3/4, and if you don't make that, then you will have to come back to the meeting here on March 12th.
That's fine. I'll make my best effort at it. Right now, they put me on home care.
But Mr. Warbeck, of everything, stay in touch with Mrs. Quinn, please.
The building department knows who I am. I'm not a stranger,
Okay.
in the community either. I've never been cited for any code violations on any projects I've done in 40 years, and that's a good record. Prior to that, I was head of Red Cross for 8 Florida counties for disaster services. So I gave a lot, in the communities. I help people out. But unfortunately, I'm in my own personal mind. From a stroke
Okay,
to
we're
falling
just-
down, that's...
Stay in touch with Mrs. Quinn.
Oh, I will.
Mr. Rob. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Our next case is case number 7CB012626, Sherman N. Coleman at 749 Owasso Street. Mrs. Kirk.
Yes. Good morning. Sarah Kirk, Inspector at the City. My credentials are on file. This was a citizen complaint generated case with first notification on, check it. First notification was 11/21/2025 for unmaintained landscaping and debris. Since the last hearing, there's been no contact. There's been a little progress. The yard has been cut, but the debris, which is the fallen tree, is still remains. So staff is recommending a fine of $100 to a cap of $10,000.
Okay.
$100 a day, excuse me. I don't know for sure. I do see a car there sometimes, so I'm not 100% sure. But I've posted courtesy tags. The neighbors are pretty fed up with it. Just recently, he cut the yard, but you can see how high it got.
Yeah. All right, I'll make the motion.
But Karen, no communication with the owner.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Go ahead.
The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds that in case number CEB 01-26-26, that the respondent Sherman Coleman, who was previously found in noncompliance, remains in noncompliance and therefore orders a fine in the amount of $100 per day to commence on today and continue each day until the fine has reached the amount of $10,000 or the property is brought into compliance.
I second it.
Okay. It has been motioned by Mrs. Roby, second by Mrs. Rockenbach. Thank you. Case number 8.
Madam
You have
Chair.
to vote on that.
Oh, right here in my hand. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Case number 8, CEB 012627, David M. Burton and Lucetta B. Webster at 312 North Keith Street.
Okay. This was originally a field-generated case for unmaintained landscaping, expired permits, unsecured vacant structure, damaged roof, missing screens, etc. Since the last hearing, I have not had any contact, and there's been no progress. The property still remains unsecured now. So staff is recommending a fine of $200 a day to a cap of $15,000.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds that in case number CEB 01-26-27, that the respondent, David Burton and Lizetta Webster, who was previously found in non-compliant and remains non-compliant, and therefore orders a fine in the amount of $200 per day to commence on today, February the 12th, and continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of $15,000 or the property is brought into compliance.
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned by Mrs. Rottenbach, second by Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. Case number 9, CEB 1125212 Florence L. Rome Estate at 1328 Ginsburg Drive. Mrs. Domingo.
Good morning. I'm Inspector LaWanda Domingo with City of Daytona Beach Code Compliance. My credentials are on file with the city. She was here. I did see her.
Oh.
Things may be here.
She's not there.
There's a lady that was sitting over there.
Yes.
What is that, a trailer? We can hold off for a little while in case she did go to the bathroom, Ms.
Okay.
Domingo. And we will skip case 9 for a moment, and we'll go to case number 10, CEB 012628. George T. Cafferty Estate at 312 North Hollywood Avenue. Okay, Mrs. Domingo.
Okay.
Is he here?
I believe this is Mr. Stalker, the neighbor to the property, who may have wanted to make some statements about the case.
About this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, well, yes. I'd like to hear from you first, if we could.
Okay, so.
Can I get you, sir, to swear in?
Yeah, okay.
Will you raise your right hand? Oh, sure. Do you swear or affirm the testimony about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And can you state your name and affiliation to this case?
Yes. My name is Gary Stalker. I'm the next door neighbor to 312 North Hollywood.
Thank you.
Okay, since the last hearing, I have received contact from Mrs. Caffrey regarding the status of the outstanding violations for the property. We've had communication about some civil issues, the possible sale of the property, none of which have resulted in permits being pulled or compliance for the violations that are still outstanding. So staff is requesting a fine of $100 a day, up to $10,000 for this property.
Okay. Mr. Stalker.
One of those good people. Yeah, my name is Gary Stalker. I live at 320 North Hollywood Avenue. I'm the north side neighbor of the property to 312. The reason I'm calling or talking here to you guys is I'm desperate and I'm frustrated. I'm at wit's end. Not only is there another civil issue going on in that property, that they're housing people that shouldn't even be housed, but they had a fire there almost exactly a year ago. I have dogs, and that fire took care of my fence, wiped it out. I on my own and my brother-in-law did a job of repairing that fence. Okay, that fire took place March 4th of 2025. What is today's date? We're less than 3 weeks away from that being a year's anniversary date. Ms. Dominga has been out there numerous times, talked to the residents. I don't know if she's given permission. That's what I'd like to ask you, the attorney here, why she cannot go inside. Because there's a whole bunch of stuff going on inside that is not right, and it does involve code enforcement. she needs to be given some legal rights to get in that house. Because it's going to end up being another 401 Oleander. It's real close to that right now. And I'm begging you to get something done before it becomes that. I've seen with my own eyes what happened at 401. And that's been resolved. And thank God. Thank you very much. Thank the police department. Thank everybody. Thank Chief Officer Young for that as well. But this has got to come to an end. I didn't move here. I've only been here 6 years. I lived in Winter Park. I lived in Maitland. I've lived in Longwood, Florida. I was raised at the University of Florida also. I'm a Florida kid. I never dreamed I was going to have see more hospitalizations, more crime units, more police forces. I've had police climb my fence all over the place. I've experienced more than that in the 6 years I've lived here than the 55 years I lived in Orlando area.
Before I answer your question, how many people do you see staying in this home?
When? It varies. It can be anywhere from 8 to 10. It can be as little as 3 or 4.
Okay.
But it varies. It goes back and forth. And the bad thing about it is there's other things happening. There's screaming, hollering, yelling. I get awakened at 3 o'clock in the morning for no reason at all.
Yeah. So to answer your question, under the Fourth Amendment, regardless if it's criminal or civil, law enforcement, which includes code, they have code enforcement officers who are also law enforcement. We can't have government officials or personnel going into a home without consent, absent a warrant, and I don't believe we're in the practice of.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out, excuse me for interrupting you, is I understand the legalities of this. What I'm trying to figure out is we're trying to prevent something further from happening, and there's other stuff going on in there.
I do have.
Have you called the police ever?
That was going to be my.
I called the police out blue in the face. My fingers hurt. Okay, so yes, of course I have.
I figured you did.
And I've been to meetings. I just recently came to another meeting, and the mayor was there, and we were talking at that point about 401. But something's got to happen here. This area is so beautiful. We got too much junk around here to just be complacent about it. It's not right.
Mr. Stalker, but as she said, we can't empower her to go into harm's way. I do believe that if you call the chief of police himself, I think you would get some results. Okay?
She needs help. You know, she really does, and she's doing a great job.
There is an open interior code.
That's what I wanted to speak to. I didn't want to interrupt. There's additional information about another case that is most recent for this property. And I would just like to make the distinction that my particular case that I'm presenting today actually did come through a referral through the Daytona Beach Police Department as a result of the citizens' complaints that were called in from Mr. Stalker. So myself, Lieutenant Gernert, and our code compliance manager were on site for the exterior complaints of the fires that keep happening at the property. Recently, last month, there are complaints that have come in from the occupants of the property. So just to let you know, there's an additional case where Inspector Quinn is working some of the violations that were observed on site last month at the property.
Thank you very much for
so
that.
there was consent to enter recently. As far as my case, it was exterior concerning your complaints about the fence and what was happening in the back of the property. And so the testimony that I've given today about the length of time, as you stated, they were notified back in April of 2025 about the violations. I've had numerous conversations with Mrs. Caffrey. I've been on site with a property manager there with them preparing to put the property on the market back in August. My latest communication with Mrs. Caffrey by email yesterday, it's the same circular conversations with no resolution to making the needed repairs to the violations that still exist.
So,
Ms. Owner occupied?
To my understanding, there is a tenant there named David, and
Dave.
or a significant other of his there, to my knowledge. I have not been able to see any other people there, or to, get an occupancy count for whoever else is there. I do know what the current case that Inspector Quinn is working, there are noted to be more people than that at the property.
15,000 then instead of 10?
I'm
Okay,
wondering,
yes.
should it be?
Can I make another
You sure
comment,
about
too?
your 100 per day? Just a moment, please. You sure about the 100 per day since this is a problem?
500 a day.
Okay, can I get that motion?
He wanted
I'd like to make a motion.
Oh,
right.
hold on.
He was
We
wanting to
know,
make- Yeah,
he
he wants to
said
say
okay.
Go ahead and get the motion over and I'll make a comment.
Okay. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds that in case number CEB 012628 at the location of 312 North Hollywood Avenue, owner George T. Cafferty Estate, that the respondent who was previously found in noncompliance remain in noncompliance and therefore orders a fine in the amount of $500 a day to commence today and to continue each day until the fine has reached $15,000 or the property is brought in compliance.
Second.
It has been moved by Mrs. Callis, second by Mrs. Rottenbach, that
Roby.
the
Roby. She seconded.
excuse me, second by Mrs. Roby, not Roby. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay.
Now-
The last thing I want to bring up real quickly is the part of my frustration is I'm getting communication with Mrs. Caffrey. George Caffrey did die about less than 2 weeks after this whole incident took place. He and I stood there, and he was going to take care of everything. He told me. Since then, nothing has happened, and I wondered why, and that's when I found out that he had passed. And Mrs. Caffrey, I don't even know if she's the legal, rightful representative of that property. I really don't. I don't know if even the attorney can tell me she is.
Until it
or
goes
not.
through probate,
I know, it's all probate, so it's going through, or what?
I can't testify to that. I just hear it says estate, so until it
Because I'm trying to figure out what I should, if I should do anything. I've got to do something to protect my dogs from going over to their neighborhood and getting killed, because my guys are about 5 pounds, theirs is about 50. And he's a pretty tough dog, and I don't want him over there. And the other thing is that she keeps telling me the house is being sold. I've had a person come by my house saying they wanted to know about our neighborhood, and I was very honest with him. I said, "Oh, it's a great neighborhood except for that house right there." And he said, "That's what I'm trying to buy." And I said, "Wonderful." Well, it turned out that never came to fruition. And so I'm trying, she's got I'm not making this up, she's got a real estate agent by the name of Tina Turner, who tells me that she had no idea that anybody was interested in the house at all. She doesn't even know if the house is really up for sale. She has a listing on it, but there's no action going on it.
Okay.
So it's extremely weird
Mr.
what's going on
Stalker,
there.
I think
Extremely.
between our code and our police department, I think you're going to get some results.
Good, I appreciate it. You did
Thank
well
you.
at 401. I hope we can
Thank you
continue.
so
Thank you
much.
very much for your time.
Okay. Now, I thought I saw your,
She gone again?
She's back.
because if she go again, this is case number 9, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Case number 9, CEB 1125212, Florence L. Rome Estate at 1328 Ginsburg Drive. Mrs.
Good morning.
Yes, would you be sworn in, please? Hello? Would you be sworn in, please?
You raise your hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Can you state your name and your affiliation to this case?
Ramona Hankerson, family, friend. Grandma Flo is my niece's grandma. I moved into the house some years ago when her son was still living, Pop, but he died. And when I had signed the lease, then I was responsible, for the property. I've been paying the property tax.
Okay. Okay, we're now here from,
Okay, since the last hearing, I have had communication with Mrs. Hankinson. Again, there's been no progress for repair of the roof or the RV there at the property. The date of my last inspection, February 4th, it's unchanged. So at this point, we're asking for a fine of $100 a day, up to $15,000 for this property.
okay. That is the, are there any questions?
So we find ourselves in the same place we were last month.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait, hold it. Have you finished?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay, you can go on, but I'm looking for.
Okay. Last month, I wanted to ask you all to give me 60 days before I left out of here, but, so not, I didn't get a chance to say that. Because, like, 1 month is like 1 week to me, taking care to disabled people and myself. And like everybody else, I have been sick for 3 weeks. As you see, last time I lost a lot of weight, and I was not trying to, but I, like that. My divorce just got final. It was a rough situation on January 21st, and some more stuff with that. Like I said, within a week after I left here, I was sick for 3 weeks. And then, like I said, I wanted to do the 60 days. I wanted to ask for 60 days because, like, 2 of the buyers for the mobile home, one went to a mental institution, and the others, their money, something messed up with their money. They were Faircloth and Gordon's who was going to get it at that time. Before I came in today, people were supposed to help me to, make stuff look a little nicer. All 3 called me today. Tim Freeney, Bernard Small, who I found out is the grandson of Florence. He's in Georgia. And I told them what was going on. That's why I kept running out. It's like everybody called.
Ms. Hankinson, I want to remind you, I had to get my notes, but remember last time you were here, we did tell you that if things were not corrected, there would be a fine. And I also, because I stress it so much, for you to stay in touch with Mrs. Domingo. Now, I think the attorney or someone even mentioned to you about probate or something.
Right.
Wait now, but the thing is, those things were not done. And we also asked you to bring some kind of paper here from that, of what you was doing. Yes, we did ask you. And none of this has been done.
I think it was a meeting through legal aid that she was supposed to have an appointment for. And again, it's just circular conversations. It doesn't come into
Okay, so
fruition.
the thing here is, today, none of this is corrected. Am I correct, Mr.?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today, this is what we're.
I have a question.
Okay.
I wasn't here last month.
Yeah.
But the RV has a front porch built into it.
Yeah, they did.
Why is the RV in the yard with the front porch?
That's what they did. They put the front porch, they thought it was a wheelchair, wheelchair. And because I've been through hurricane. I have got 4 cars in 2 years because of the hurricane. Because of the hurricane. So I've had, in the 2 years, I ended up with 4 cars.
So no one's living in the house then?
My brother and son, because they don't want to stay in the RV with me. They both, my brother's 68. He's a senior. He has a bullet in his head from when he was in the Army National Guards. They saying they surprised he's still living. My son is autistic. He's 19. He's a low functioning autism. And I'm just doing better. I've been in and out of the hospital. I had 10 procedures. And, but I'm better.
I just want to know why
Yeah.
I guess my
Porch was there.
That's my
Yes, they
niece.
put them on there in storms. There's quite a few.
That's what I was
yeah.
wondering, why?
Right.
Because the other lady had, because of the storm.
Yeah, I'm
so-
paying 2 light bills.
Have you
But
done,
Mrs. Hawkins, these things were stressed to you that needed to be done.
have you done
By the
anything?
time you came back.
Yes.
Have you done anything for legal representation, clarification? Have you gone to legal aid?
That's what I
Have
was
you-
telling you. Attorney Blossom was supposed to get it where, what I need is $60,000.
Who is Attorney Blossom? Is she with
He
legal
was
aid?
the one that's over the, I just spoke to Bernard, who, Pop was his father who died. He lives in Georgia. But Attorney Blossom messed up stuff because there was 2 houses, one on Continental, 1301 Continental, and 1328. I just got a lot of this
Do
information.
these people know about the code issues, these owners of the property?
Yeah, but I'm still going to be responsible, basically.
I have asked for that information
you
for any
provide that
potential
information to
heirs,
her?
and
Because-
And this just happened. I'm sorry.
but I never received the information. I've asked for information for any other potential heirs to let them know, and I don't receive that information.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, Ms. Hankins, what we're trying to stress is today, there will be a fine.
Can I say
Because-
something? The
wait,
heir
can I
is round the
finish?
corner.
Can-
My
Can
brother-in-law.
I finish, please? There will be a fine today because the things we've been asking, and this isn't the first time, it's 3 other times that's been here, and the same thing is always coming up. So,
This
can I
is
get a
different.
motion
I'll
from
make
the
a
board,
I'll make a
please?
motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Okay.
The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds that in the case number CEB 0126-28,
No, the one above it.
the one above it. Oh, okay.
Number 9.
Sorry, excuse me. CEB 1125-212 Florence L. Roan Estate at 1328 Ginsburg Drive, who was previously found in noncompliance, remains in noncompliance, and therefore orders a fine in the amount of, you said,
500,
100, oh, are we?
500.
what's the city's recommendation?
My recommendation was 100 a day, but as Mr. Sykes said, we aren't
An amount
going to
of
speak against any other.
$100 per day to commence today, and it should continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of, is that 10 or 15,000?
It's 15.
15,000.
And may I say this too? Oh, excuse
Or
me.
until the property is brought into compliance.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Mr. Gonzalez, second by Mrs. Callis. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Ms. Hanks, I want to say one thing too. By right, if the attorneys are, and we're letting you come here, but then you have no proof of your connect. Wait, let me finish. That we have been doing this over and over, and there is no proof for nothing. And you don't have a letter of authority that you can even speak for this property.
Yeah.
So
The
this
easiest-
is what we're faced with. So
Yeah, the easiest thing would have been for you to give that information to her, and they would have told her that you do, but
I just got it, Mr. Yes, I just got it.
Okay. Okay, thank you. But it is now stated it will be $100.
So what does that
per day.
mean? The $100 a day, what does that mean?
so
It means that that's what you will be fined each day until this property is brought into compliance, until the improper park and the RV with the prolonged plumbing and electrical utility collection and roof damage, until all that's complete.
Yeah, the main thing is for me to move back into the house.
to clarify,
Okay.
this is not a fine on you. This is a fine on the property as a lien that will be accruing. You don't have to pay it, especially if you're not the property
But when
owner.
I purchase
Let me
it-
finish. That's going to accrue up until you have come in compliance, like the Madam Chair said, or until it hits $15,000. That's a lien on the property. It's not a fine on you, on your person. The property owner is responsible for that. And the property owner, when it comes into compliance, can file for a lien review later on, but only the property owner can do that. You cannot request a lien review if you're not the legal representative of the property.
And
So I'm concerned that the property owner doesn't know that this is happening.
Right, I just
And
spoke
you
to him.
just stated that when you buy it, keep in mind that if you purchase it, the fine will be there.
That's what I'm worried about, because I'm having a hard
But
time
there's
coming up with
nothing you can do
60,000.
to correct that now, because you don't own it, okay? Thank you.
Who
All
has the
right.
notice of this matter been served on?
So I looked at the the report, and the mailing address and the physical address is the same, so it's being mailed to the address where she lives at. So the concern I have is that the property owner doesn't know this is happening.
They're dead.
What could happen, I'm not giving you legal advice, but historically, before a sale is done, the property owner can file a lien review, but that's something you have to take up with them. If you buy this, if they don't ask for the lien review and it comes to you, you'd have to pay that lien in the sale. So you have to talk to the property owner for them to resolve this issue.
And another thing to both attorneys, paying taxes does not give you ownership right.
It's more complicated than that. It's,
Yeah, it is, but it don't. Okay, thank you so much, Ms.
All right,
Hankerson.
thank you.
Okay, we now have case 11, CEB 012629, Barbara J. Tolliver at 521 Spruce Street. Mrs.
Will you raise your right hand, sir? Oh, Ms. Tolliver's coming. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see here there.
Excuse me.
Okay. You raise your right hand. Do you affirm or swear that the testimony about provided is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. And can you state your name and affiliation to the case?
Bobby J. Tolliver, the owner.
My name is Joe Hopkins. I'm an engineer, professional engineer.
Mrs. Domingo.
Okay, since the last hearing, I have received communication from the owner. I have also had communication with Mr. Hopkins here concerning his involvement with certifying work that was done without permits there. To date, I've checked the permit record and have not found that there have been any plans submitted or any certification from the engineer for the property in its condition. So I'm requesting a fine of $100 a day up to $10,000 for this property.
Who's going to?
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the board. My name is Joe Hopkins. I'm a civil engineer with the Performance Group here in Daytona Beach at 100 Marina Point Drive. Ms. Tolliver reached out to me to come in and try to sort this situation out with regard to the improvements that were done to the home, most of it storm damage and repairs that had been completed. I inspected the home and found that the repairs have been formative and there is no public safety or issue with occupancy of the house. The improvements were done in a professional manner. But what I also discovered is that, there was an expansion to the home which increased the nonconformity with regard to one of the side setbacks. I've kind of navigated that through the building department and to determine if that's another issue that needs to be addressed in regard to this. But more importantly, what I discovered was that the threshold of substantial improvement is at hand here. And whether or not the improvements that have been done to the structure exceed 50% of the value. Permits and licensing, as of a couple of days ago, is of the opinion that it does trigger substantial improvement. And what that means with a home being located in the floodplain is that it would need to be elevated approximately 3 feet above its existing floor level. That takes a completely different turn of events for me, not just to certify the improvements, the porch that was repaired or the roof that was repaired or the interior floorboards that were repaired. The question now is whether the structure can actually survive being elevated to comply with the floodplain. And Permits and Licensing has agreed to come out and conduct an inspection to determine the satisfactory condition of the home, whether it can survive this level. This is a significant improvement. You can tell based on the foundation, we would have to undercarriage the house, lift it up 3 feet, restabilize it, and a determination needs to be made if the home itself can survive that level of improvement. More importantly, there's an evaluation that FEMA constitutes as part of these types of renovations, and it's a cost-benefit analysis. And based on the valuation that the property appraiser has, the home is valued at $26,000. Permits and licensing determined that the improvements exceeded $13,000, which triggers substantial improvement. The cost to elevate the home, just shooting from the hip today, is probably $25,000, $30,000. So we are well beyond substantial improvement at this point. And a determination needs to be made if these costs to bring the property into compliance with the floodplain and also to bring the property into compliance with regard to the building improvements is worth the investment. And that's a decision that I've not even had this discussion with Ms. Tolliver. I'm having it with you all today, but that decision needs to be made. And in addition to that, the city building department needs to conduct an inspection of the interior to determine how and if we should proceed with this. So I understand this case has been around for some time. I'm kind of new to the case, and I would request a 30-day period to have these evaluations completed. I'll report back to you. And as I said, a decision need to be made by Ms. Tolliver whether she would proceed with this investment or we would move on with demolition.
There were similar processes already completed on the property prior to the engineer's involvement for the floodplain review. As a matter of fact, time was granted to allow that review to happen. Mrs. Tolliver was also a part of the Elevate Florida program where she was seeking funding for the repairs. There was an outline provided to Mrs. Tolliver from the building department that expressly stated that the work that was being done, this is the way that the house was when I first cited it. It needed to be certified at that point that what was being done by an engineer and plans needed to be submitted. That was disregarded. And Mrs. Tolliver continued to do work after being denied through that Florida Elevation program. And I spoke with Mrs. Tolliver about that, and work continued to be performed. She had a permit. The order of the permit was to get an engineer to certify the work that was done without the permit and to submit plans. And she continued to work on the property against the instruction from the building department. Which is, again, as the engineer is stating, there may be those issues now, but all of that was discussed, the process and the order for how to make the appropriate repairs to the property. It was disregarded, so I'm asking for a fine of $100 a day up to $10,000 for this property.
I would like to just add something. It sounds, first of all, that this property is going to need some kind of variance. You said it was a non-conforming property, and the non-conformity has been increased. And secondly, I've been through this substantial improvement process in 2 instances with the town of Ponce Inlet and the city of Port Orange. In both cases, FEMA, their remedy is to pull flood insurance for the entire community if there is a property that has not conforming with their standards. And so it's a serious matter. Typically these involve large influxes of money to solve them. You can either raise the house to the proper flood elevation, and I don't know if you're going to raise a house if it still needs a variance, because you also have to go through the process of with zoning. And secondly, if you don't raise the house, then you'd have to chop off the piece that's been added. These are things that need to be acted upon fairly quickly before FEMA decides to get involved in this matter.
Well, am I understanding it, the officer correctly? She said that all this he's doing now has been done before.
She had she had that review, and it didn't need to be.
Was it denied? Was it denied?
The funding for the elevation program, where she was going to get funding to complete the repairs, was denied. There was also a floodplain review where they told her she didn't need to elevate the house. Then she was waiting for funding through that program. She was denied. I didn't hear anything back from her, so I called her. This was back in August when she revealed to me that it was denied. She went back and consulted with the building department, and she was given a list of instructions to follow through for continuing with the permit that she filed. First and foremost being to get that work certified by the engineer and for the engineer to submit plans. That was disregarded, and she continued to repair that property, enclose the front porch, and close the gable siding, which is resulting in the issues that the engineer is discussing now.
Excuse me, there was a misunderstanding on my part.
Come to the mic, please.
When I did speak with Inspector Domingo, and I shared it, I became very afraid. Just let me say that, because she said, well, the work, you haven't done the work. The work hasn't been done. I didn't think right away about, I'm thinking that everything is okay. So that was my misunderstanding in that I wasn't blatantly non-conformity. What was added was just that the outside part there. That was the only thing that I did after speaking or before speaking to you, because I thought, okay, good, then we can go on and get that done, because we already had the material to do that. So I didn't do anything blatantly after I spoke with you, except that little part in there. And when I spoke with you after that and you said that, I can't do absolutely nothing else. Nothing else was done.
Okay. You wanted to say something before we close?
Yes, Madam Chair. Ironically, I work with Mr. Riggio on the Ponce Inlet affair that was seriously put the town in jeopardy because of its non-compliance. But beyond that, this evaluation is paramount. It's a threshold issue, in my opinion. The improvements that have been done are subordinate to the need to bring this property into compliance with regard to the floodplain. That is, it's an issue that the city holds in high regard for the overall community. And I think, I don't disagree with Mr. Domingo that this has been out there. I think, comprehending the information that's required to make this type of determination, I do it as a living, and I'm not saying that I'm above anyone else being capable of doing it. It's just the evaluation of what's a repair and what's an improvement comes into play as far as what these valuations are. And it's a little bit like peeling an onion. You just dig into it and you get further and further involved. But my request is 30 days. Again, I can't account for the history of this case, but I can account for it from this day going forward.
I have a question. If by chance we give you the 30 days to have building and licensing come out and evaluate the home, are you prepared to lift it if it can be lifted?
No,
and pay
ma'am, I am financially destitute.
Okay. That answers my question then.
Okay, I'd like to.
Well, I have a question for the engineer. You asked for this time. Are you positive that you could have what's needed for the city within that time?
Yes, ma'am. I actually went down the permits and licensing a few minutes ago and asked them if they could get this scheduled, and they agreed that they could. And again, I have not had this discussion with Ms. Tolliver. This is all open book on the table here. But in the event that she can't support this level of improvement, then we would need to move with demolition of the home. That's the decision making. That's the threshold decisions we're at this
But
point.
if it is allowed to be elevated, she has no means of doing it, so it's kind of like moot point.
Well, there are beyond her means, there are other means to pursue. Elevate Florida, there's other opportunities for funding to bring property into compliance.
She's already been denied for that program.
I'm not aware of that, and I don't know what conditions she was denied by. That would be something I'd take a look at as well. If the house qualifies for being lifted based on the substantial improvement, then I think it would qualify personally.
It was not my homestead property.
But didn't you say, Mrs. Miller, that they said it didn't need to be lifted?
At that juncture in the case, yes, and then the program for Elevate Florida, that I was extending time for her to go through the eligibility process resulted in them denying assistance for that.
And I'm understanding that because it's not homesteaded, that may have disqualified her from the Elevate program.
Could she get
Can we
it
get a-
homesteaded? Can I make a motion?
But I would like to add, Ms. Marsh, if I could add, you still have to go back through some city process to deal with the nonconformity, because you're not typically supposed to expand a nonconforming use.
It's a small area on the north side of the house. The square footage, according to permits and licensing, may be, I don't want to say overlooked, but it was marginal. But it's a factor that needs to come into play as part of this. Nonconformity, elevating, floodplain, the improvements that are unpermitted. These are all elements that need to be evaluated, not just one. They collectively all need to be evaluated.
So this really needs a close examination by the building department.
They've agreed to do that. They want to conduct an interior inspection. They did review the exterior, but they want to conduct an interior inspection to determine if pursuing this elevation, if the structure is worthy of this level of improvement.
Okay, Mrs. Callis.
You're going to make the motion, right?
Yeah, I'll make the motion. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds that in case number CEV 0126-29, that the respondent, Bobby J. Tolliver, who was previously found in noncompliance, remains in noncompliance and therefore orders a fine in the amount of $100 per day to commence on February 12, 2026, and to continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of $10,000 or the property is brought into compliance.
Second.
Okay. It has been moved by Mrs. Marsh, second by Mrs. Callis, that the fine of $100 a day commencing today, 2/12, and continue until compliance.
Count. Vote.
Yeah, well. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. It has been, you heard the motion and approved, but if you can get this together and stay in touch with Mrs. Domingo, and she can come back and ask, but we need something because this has been over a year.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Okay.
Thank you for your time this morning.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Chair, if you'll allow, could you excuse me? I have to run to the restroom. Okay. Thank you.
We're all going to have to go.
Okay. Two. You all want to take a 10-minute break because our secretary wants to. Okay. We'll have a 10-minute break. meeting back to order for February 12th. Okay, our next case is case number 12, CEB 012630, Murray Jess at 608 Cedar Street. Mr. Mango.
Okay, since the last hearing, I have been in contact with Mr. Murray Jess. He did pull permits for demolition, and my reinspection yesterday revealed that the property was demolished. The permit is still open, so I'm just waiting for the permit to be closed out, so I'm asking to amend to next cutoff to final the demolition process for the property.
I make a motion, the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby order the previous order of noncompliance in case number CEB 12630. Murray Jess at 608 Cedar Street be allowed to bring the property into compliance or be returned to proceeding Daytona Beach Code Enforcement on 3/12/26. No fine, right? No fine.
Is there a second? Okay. Ms. Callis made the motion. Mr. Gonzalez, second. All in favor? Aye. Did he hear that? Okay, it is removed and passed. Okay.
Thank you.
We now have a case number 13, CEB 012511, Tamu Nugent at 133 Eagle Harbor Way. Mr. Butler.
Good morning. Inspector Roosevelt Butler. Credentials on the file with the City of Daytona Beach. As pertains to 133 Eagle Harbor Way, the respondent was first notified on September the 26th, 2024. Since the last court proceedings, I've had contact with the property owner and the new contractor. A permit was actually pulled on January the 22nd. I met with Permits and License this morning. However, they have requested further documents for this case and staff request to amend to the March cutoff. I actually spoke with him this morning. He's sick as well as his wife, but I truly believe that this is going to get resolved. As everyone knows, this case has been
As long as the
long,
contractor stays
correct.
alive, we'll be good.
Yes, yes. So,
Okay.
I'm going to amend to the March cutoff.
You're requesting.
I'll make the motion. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby orders that the previous case of noncompliance in case number CEB 01-25-11 be amended to allow the respondent, Tam Nguyen, to bring property in compliance or be returned to the proceeding before the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board, cutoff date 3/4, for consideration of a fine up to $100 a day to $10,000.
Second. Okay, it has been moved by Ms. Robis, second by Mrs. Marsh. All in favor?
Aye.
Nay.
Aye. Okay. We have one nay. Okay. Case number 14, CEB 012605, Shajar Patel and Cornell Patel at 331 Mosaic Boulevard.
As it pertains to 331 Mosaic, the respondent was first notified on August 11th, 2025. Since last month court proceedings, I've had contact with the property owner, whom has applied for a permit as of February the 10th. So staff is requesting that we amend this to the next cutoff.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement therefore by orders that the previous order of noncompliance in case number CEB 012511 be amended to allow the respondent, Tam Nguyen.
No, that you're on Patel. We're on Patel.
Oh, okay, so, all right, strike that. City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement hereby orders that the previous order of noncompliance in case number CEB 12605 be amended to allow the respondent, Sajal Patel and Kunal Patel at 3031 Mosaic Boulevard to bring the property in compliance will be returned on a proceeding before the City of Daytona Beach Board on 3/12/26 for consideration of fine up to $100 per day.
Okay, this been moved by Ms. Callis, second by Mrs. Campbell. All in favor? Aye. Okay, case number 15, CEB 1125188, Andrew Horner at 630 Marco Street. Mr. Veckenberg.
Okay.
Will you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And can you state your name and affiliation to this case?
Andrew Honer, owner.
Thank you.
Okay, this case was first observed on the 4th of June, 2025, and since the last hearing, there's been no contact with the property owner. The property is occupied. As far as I can tell, there's been absolutely no progress, and staff is recommending a fine of $500 a day to a cap of $15,000.
Recommending
$500 a day, cap of $15,000.
Mr. Horner.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I haven't been here in town. I've been in Pearson, Florida, where I have a second residence, attending physical therapy in Gainesville and local people doing massage therapy. But I didn't know about this. My son is schizoaffective, and he's living in the house, and it's been a pretty terror having to live with him. He's 39 years old, and it's just the whole family's given up on him. We just put him in that house so that he can survive. Nonetheless, I've been in Daytona since 1975, 50 years, and I've been a contractor for at least 12, 13 of those years, building many buildings here, and I built that house. And everything, that house, I bought that property 20 years ago. And that neighborhood has made great changes in that neighborhood. I've hired many of the people who are local, and but to this day I still have rocks thrown at the house. My sliding glass windows were shot out. I had to board part of my house because of crack cocaine parties in the lot next door, but we did a lot to that neighborhood over the past 20 years. And I came back on May 20th, and that day, I don't know if you can see this. Can anybody see this picture here? An excavator next to a tree root. I woke up because my house was shaking and just violently banging around. Things were rattling, and I got up and I went outside, and it was this excavator tearing down a 48-inch live oak tree protected by the city's historic ordinances. And it was home to owls, eagles,
But, so, Mr. Holm, I hate to stop you on this, but can you explain these violations?
Sure.
Have they been?
I was about to get to there.
Yeah,
Before,
please.
Do you mind if I just procedural thing about this photo? Did you email this to the code inspector or to the secretary prior to today's hearing? Do you have printed copies? Because we can't enter digital into the record.
Yes, actually, Code Enforcement 2025-1024. All these photos are on there, and there's a multitude of photos regarding this case.
Okay.
So you're saying that you sent the photos to Mr. Veckenberg? Is that what you're saying?
I just got them off the internet, off the Code Enforcement Board's internet. It's on your site.
Okay, so we could say that maybe by reference, but this, I just wanted to make clear for the record that this photo is digital and thus, that's why it's not part of the record.
Okay.
Anyway,
But to the fines, the unmaintained landscape, that's what we're here
okay, I was about to get to that. When I was gone, I went through a plethora of appointments at hospitals and for my spine, for my 3 MRIs, CAT scans. I didn't come back. I wasn't here, so I didn't know about it. As you said, you didn't know it. You didn't have any contact with me. I'm a 100% disabled veteran, and I'm trying to get these things taken care of, but the reason I even brought this up is because when I went over there and asked him if he had a permit to take that historic tree down, which is supposed to be a $1,500 fine and a $9,800 tree restoration donation, none of that was done. His hands were washed, but the man who did this got in my face that morning and he said, I'm going to send everybody on this block to code enforcement because I called code enforcement on him tearing that tree down. He never got fined, he never got anything. So what about these issues with code enforcement? Already, the whole front of the house has been cleaned up. From the fence forward, the whole thing has
Did
been.
you call the inspector when you
I just
cleaned it up?
I just got back. I just saw for the first
Yeah.
time the letter that said I even had these infractions. So I wasn't unaware of it. When I saw it, I immediately began. So anyway, I went ahead and started working on, gathered the materials, cut the wood for the balcony. It's already been painted. The house numbers, the dirt and grime is, I live under 2 oak trees, and the pollen from the oak trees gets on the side of my house. Last year I couldn't do it. I usually pressure wash it every year, but last year I didn't, so the pollen is still on the house, and that was the smudge that was, as it was called, on my house. It's not dirt and grime, it's oak pollen. It will be pressure cleaned, but the oak is going to fall again in about a month. Then I will pressure clean it, and it will be completely clean. I'm not avoiding anything here. I have probably one of the best houses on that entire street. So this issue of fines, give me an opportunity to fix the things, for crying out loud. I've already started.
But, Mr. Homer, last month.
It's Honer.
Honer. Mr. Honer, last month, this is what we gave you. We gave you time.
No, I wasn't here last month, Madam Chair.
I think, no, your daughter, is it Madison's daughter?
I don't have a daughter in this city.
Okay, it says here, Madison, a daughter, spoke last year, someone for, she's what?
Just a different address.
This is Marco. We're in touch.
Okay, that's Honer, that's another one, sorry about that.
Sorry.
Okay, but still, what, to you, have any of these issues been resolved?
No, ma'am.
None has been resolved?
No, and I was just there yesterday. And just for the record, the same items were brought up in CE 2021-2134 and a lien lac from 2022 for the same issues. Outside storage, debris, overgrown, everything along that line.
Okay.
City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds that in case number CEB 1125-188, the owner of Andrew Honer at 630 Marco Street, who has previously been found in noncompliance, remains in noncompliance, and therefore orders a fine amount of $100 a day to commence today and to continue each day until the fine has reached the amount of $15,000.
Did you, Ms. Callis, did you hear the city's recommendation?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wrote down 500. I'd like to amend that to $500 a day.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. It's been motioned by Ms. Callis, second by Mrs. Marsh. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. It's been moved and
This is wrong what you people are doing here. You gotta at least give me an opportunity. This is my first meeting before you here. I mean, it'll be done. It'll be done in 30 days. $500 a day? I can't do it. I'm disabled.
So this is not the first hearing.
What?
This is the second, this is at least the second.
you could come back, keep in touch with him, let him know when it's completed, come back before us and amend the fine.
Well, he gave false testimony because work has been done.
Okay,
A lot of work.
Okay.
It's over.
$500, where do you get off
It's over.
charging
It's over.
$500?
It's over.
What?
It's over.
Cases.
What are you gonna do, tackle me?
They're closed.
Just for the record, this is not the first
You
hearing.
gave
The
false
first hearing was in
testimony, sir.
November.
So what now?
The first hearing was in November. This is not the first hearing.
Okay.
I was never in front of this court before.
We had a
That's the
hearing in
problem.
November,
You guys have another?
You never showed up.
but you did not show up.
Okay. Move along.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, I missed who you said Ms. Callis made the motion, and
Ms.
Marsh.
Marsh, second.
did you guys vote?
Yeah.
Yes. Voted. Okay.
You can tell him about the lien review process
Okay.
at a later time.
When he calls.
Case number 16 CEB 1125190 Margaret Cleveland Estate at 729 Indiana Street. Mr. Vexenberg.
Okay, this was first observed on the 18th of June, 2025, and since the last hearing, there's been no contact. Property is unoccupied, no progress, and staff is recommending a fine of $100 a day to a cap of $15,000.
Okay. You said it was first notified when?
18 June, 2025.
Okay.
Are there any pictures?
Okay. And your recommendation?
$100 a day to a cap of 15.
And it's vacant now, correct?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion. City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Bureau hereby finds that in case number, it's case 16, correct?
Yes.
1125190, name of Margaret Cleveland Estate at 729 Street, that the respondent who was previously found in noncompliance remains in noncompliance and therefore orders a fine in the amount of $500 a day to commence today and to continue each day until the fine is reached $15,000 or brought into compliance.
Mick, did you say 100?
$100 a day.
He said 100. I can't make my own.
Oh. Yes, you can.
Then I am.
Good. Okay. Is there a second?
I'd rather go with the city's recommendation.
Okay. Okay, so it dies for like a motion.
Friendly amendment, right?
Yes, you can make an amendment.
Friendly amended motion
Of,
of $100 a day as the city recommended.
Okay. Then all in favor, Mr. Gonzalez made the amendment, a motion.
I second.
And
nay.
Well, I said, and vote yet.
Okay, second. All in favor, Mr. Gonzalez made the amended motion, Mrs.
What was the motion?
$100 a day, the
$100
city's
per day.
recommendation.
The city's recommended, Ms. Callan, second. All in favor?
Aye.
You did, aren't you?
Just a moment. In the beginning, Ms. Callis made the motion.
Of 500.
Who's
Oh,
seconded?
$500. It was not second, it
No,
died
wasn't
for
seconded.
lack of second. Then Mr. Gonzalez made an amended motion of $100 per day. Mrs. Callan seconded. Okay, got that? And we went, yeah, and we voted and I voted. Okay. Case number 17, CEB 012624, Tawana Hakeem Shalassaseed at 1600 Attica Court.
This is the compliance, non-compliance one.
Okay, this is new.
Yes.
So this number 17 is a new case. It just got in the continuous case. So it's non-compliance or compliance.
Okay. Inspector Waxbury, credentials are on file with the city. This case was first generated as staff observed first on 27th of August for unmaintained landscaping, debris, and excess storage. Owner was notified via certified letter sent and returned unclaimed on the 21st of October, and the property was also posted on the 16th of October 2025. Compliance was due by the 17th of November 2025. Last inspection conducted 11 February and remains as non-compliant. Staff is recommending a finding of non-compliance with compliance due to the next cutoff, March 4th.
I'll make the motion. City of Daytona Beach Enforcement Board hereby finds the respondent, Taqwa Hakeem Salid Saeed, to be in noncompliance and orders the respondent to come in compliance by cutoff date of 3/4, or be returned to the hearing before the City of Daytona Beach Board on 3/12 for consideration of a fine up to $100 per day. $1,000 per day, I'm sorry.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Mrs. Robis, second by Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Case number 18, CEB 1125187, Gary and Vera Smith at 551 Heineman Street. Mrs. Atana.
Respondent was first notified on August 15th, 2025. Since the January hearing, I've had contact with the owner. The permit for the fence has been finalized and the house has been painted. The last thing we're waiting on is the permit for the deck. Last inspection was February 9th, 2026, and the result is non-compliance. SAC recommends we amend to the next cutoff.
Okay.
I'll make the motion. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby orders the previous order of noncompliance in case number CEB 11-25-187 to be amended and allow Gary and Vera Smith to bring the property in compliance or be returned to a proceeding before the City of Daytona Beach Enforcement Board on 3/12 for consideration for a fine up to $1,000 a day.
Second.
It has been moved by Mrs. Robis, second by Mrs. Marsh. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay. Case number 19, CEB 0625103, William Warren Thomas Jr. at 307 Garden Street. Mrs. Hatana. Okay. Thompson, Warren Thompson.
Will you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And can you state your name and your affiliation to this case?
William Thompson, owner of the property.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Ms. Hatana.
Respondent was first notified August 23rd, 2024. Since the October hearing, I have had contact with the owner, and the last update from Transform 360 is their backlog. However, they expect to start working on his house in March. Last inspection was February 6th, 2026. The result was non-compliance. SAC recommends we amend to the May cutoff.
To May.
Yes.
To May.
Could you have something you wanted to add?
No, they, my case manager explained to me the government shutdown played a part in it. And at the time she even talked to me, they were on hold trying to, get started back up. And she said they're moving as fast, as they can. And I think she sent an email to Ms. Itani, I believe. If not, I do have an email of her explaining
the situation.
Okay.
I know
That's
Transform
good.
386 moves very slow.
Yes.
Even without the government shutdown.
Even without the shutdown.
Can you
And she-
make sure that you have house numbers on your house in case of a fire or something?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's been taken care of.
Okay, I'll make the motion. City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby orders the previous order of noncompliance in case number CEB 06-25-103 to be amended to allow the respondent, William Warren Thompson Jr., to bring the property into compliance or be returned to the proceedings before the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board on cutoff date of 5/6 for consideration for a fine up to $1,000 a day.
I second.
Okay, it's been moved by Ms. Robis, second by Mrs. Quattlebaugh. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Case number 20, CEB 012612, Haley Wilkinson at 122 Mason Park Drive. Ms. Titanic.
Respondent was first notified October 15, 2025. Since the January hearing, I've had no contact with the owner and there's been no progress. Last inspection was February 9th, 2026, and the result was non-compliance. Staff recommends a finding of $100 a day with a cap of $15,000.
Okay. 100 per day, you said?
Yes, please.
I'll make the motion. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds that in case number CEB 01-26-12, that the respondent Haley Wilkins, who was previously found in noncompliance, remains in noncompliance and therefore orders a fine in the amount of $100 per day to commence on 2/12 and continue each day until the fine has reached the amount of $15,000 or the property is brought into compliance.
Second.
No. Which second?
I guess.
Ms. Ratterbuck.
Marsh.
Ms. Ratterbuck.
No.
What about?
Marsh did.
Who made the motion?
Carrie. I made the motion. Carrie made.
And she seconded before she did.
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay, it was motion by Ms. Radaba.
No. It was motion by me.
By Ms. Roby.
There we go.
Second by
Ms. Marsh.
Kemp. Okay. All in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you. Okay. Case number 21, CEB 012616. Trust LLC Trust 531 Mall Land Trust at 531 Mall Street. Ms. Titanic.
Respondent was first notified October 22nd, 2025. Since the January hearing, I've had no contact with the owner and there's been no progress. Last inspection was February 9th, 2026, and the result was non-compliance. Staff recommends a finding of $500 a day with a cap of $15,000.
I'll make the motion. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds that in case number CEB 01-26-16, that the respondent, Trust LLC TR, who was previously found in noncompliance, remains in noncompliance, and therefore orders a fine in the amount of $500 per day to commence on February the 12th and to continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of $15,000 or the property is brought into compliance.
Second.
It's been motioned by Ms. Rodderbach, and I heard someone say second. Ms. Roby, second. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Okay. We did case number 22, CEB 012618. We did by Zoom. New cases. We did this first one we did case number 23, CEB 012623 with the interpreter. Okay. Case number 24, CEB 022633, Mary Ellen P. Offendorf at 290 Williams Avenue. Mrs. Quinn.
Good morning, Inspector Quinn, the City of Daytona Beach Code Compliance. This case was opened on October 10th, 2025 as a citizen complaint for unmaintained landscaping and peeling paint. The first notice was received on October 25th, 2025. The compliance was due by November 25th, 2025. The date of last inspection was February 11th, 2026, and staff recommends non-compliance with compliance by the next cutoff.
Okay. Wait, I see
What
two
address are we
different
doing?
addresses.
I'm sorry, I got an update on my tablet, and I have to take off that.
Oh,
I have
okay.
two properties that are right next door to each other, so
Okay.
standing at the corner, taking a photo, it's picking up the other
So
address. So
we're
this one is
on
290.
Case 24, which is 290.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Is that the one?
Yes, that's the
Because I
one.
saw the, okay. Okay.
I'll make the motion. City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement hereby finds the respondent, Mary Ellen Osterndorf, in case number CEB 02-26-33 for the property at 290 Williams Avenue, to be in noncompliance and orders of respondents come in compliance by the next cutoff, 3/4, or be returned to a hearing before the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board on 3/12, for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 per day.
Okay. It's been motioned by Ms. Roby, second by Mrs. Marsh. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Case number 25, CEB 022634, Philip Joseph Collins at 286 Williamson Avenue. Ms. Quinn.
This case was opened on October 10th, 2025 as a citizen complaint for dirt and grime. First notice was received October 18th, 2025. The compliance date was due by November 18th, 2025. Last date of inspection was February 11th, 2026. Staff recommends non-compliance with compliance by the next cutoff.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby orders that the previous order of noncompliance in case numbers CEB 02-26-34 be amended to allow the respondent, Philip Joseph Collins, to bring the property into compliance or be returned to a proceeding for the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board on March the 4th for consideration of a fine up to $100 a day. Is that what you said?
No, 1,000.
$1,000 a day.
$1,000 a day.
Okay, it's been moved.
If we could, did you say amended? Isn't this a finding for the first
No,
time?
this
of
is
Oh, it's the
noncompliance?
first one, the top one.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I'll amend it.
Oh, no.
The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds the respondent, CEB, or Philip Joseph Collins, in case number CEB 20-26-34 for the property at 286 Williams Avenue to be in non-compliant and orders the respondent to come into compliance by March the 4th or be returned for a hearing before the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board on March the 12th for consideration of a fine up to $1,000.
Thank you.
It's been motioned by Mrs. Rodenbach, second by Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Case number 26, CEB 022632, John Anthony Rodrigo Trust at 335 Hobart Avenue and number 337. Mr. Beanie.
Inspector Ron Beanie, credentials are on file with the city. This case was opened. This case was opened on October 7th, 2025 as a field-generated case for unmaintained landscaping, outside storage, damaged fence, peeling paint, and covered-up windows. First notice was posted on October 8th, 2025. Compliance was due on November 13th, 2025. The last date of reinspection was on January 6th, 2026, and the result was non-compliance. There has been no contact from the owner. Staff recommends a finding of non-compliance with compliance due by the next cutoff.
I'll make a motion. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds the respondent, John Anthony Ruggiero Trust, in the case number CEB 02-26-32, for the property at 335 and 337 Hobart Avenue, to be in noncompliance in order to respondents to come in compliance by cutoff date 3/4 and be returned to a hearing before the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board on March 12th for consideration for a fine up to $1,000 a day.
It has been motioned by Ms. Roby, second by Mrs. Marsh. All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Case number 27, CB 022639 was in compliance on 2626. Okay. Okay. Case number 28, CB 022641, Kathy Y. Hankerson at 611 Marco Street. Mr. Vexenberg.
Inspector Wexberg, City of Daytona Beach Inspector. Credentials are on file. This case was field generator staff observed and first observed on the 28th of June, or 18th of June, for dirt and crime, paint missing and peeling. Property owner was notified via certified letter sent and returned unclaimed, so the property was posted on the 10th of July. Compliance was due by the 22nd of August. Last inspection was conducted on 11th of February and remains as non-compliant. Staff is
Excuse
recommending.
me. Madam Chair, the respondent went to the restroom. She is here.
Oh, she is
She's
here?
sitting there with her. She just went to the restroom.
Oh, okay, so we want to hold. I have a question too while we are holding. On the case number 26, was the first notification the 7th or the 8th? He said 7th. Mr. Bean said 7th. We have 8th. Okay, check that, let me know. Okay. We can do case, is she back? Okay. Okay.
Will you raise your right hand, ma'am? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And please state your name and your affiliation to this case.
Kathy Hankerson, and I am the homeowner.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, case was field generated, staff observed, first observed on the 18th of June 2025 for dirt and grime, paint peeling and missing. Property owner was notified via certified letter and sent and returned unclaimed, so the property was posted on the 10th of July. Compliance was due by the 22nd of August. Last inspection conducted 11th February and remains as non-compliant, and staff is recommending a finding of non-compliance with compliance due by the next cutoff of March 4th.
Okay. Would you like to say anything, Ms. Hankerson?
Yes, I would like to request at least 30 more days to get it. My issue is financial, and I just have not had the money to get the work done. I have been able to, I work 4 days a week, and I have been able to save up enough for the paint. So now I'm working on, I have a painter, and I'm working on saving up for him to paint.
When do you think you can come into compliance?
The
next cutoff is March 4th. Is that enough time?
She said she needed more time.
Yeah,
Okay.
can I have the last of April at least?
Would April 1st be enough time?
Yes.
Okay.
Up to.
Is
City's
that
fine
okay?
with that.
Okay. Are there any questions from the board? Okay. None.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
Top one.
The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds the
Respondent Kathy Hankerson in case number CEB 02-26-41 for the property at 611 Marcos Street to be in noncompliance, and orders the respondent to come into compliance by April the 1st, or be returned for a hearing before the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board on April the 4th, is that right?
Mm-hmm. April the
For
1st.
consideration of a fine up to, what, $1,000?
Yes.
$1,000 a day.
Okay.
The cutoff date is the 1st, and then the hearing will
She
be.
said
The
that.
4th?
9th.
Oh, the 9th, April the 9th.
The cutoff date is
She
April
said-
1st. Oh,
yeah,
and the
she
hearing
said
will be the
that.
9th, sorry.
April 1st, and then the appear the 9th. Okay. Second.
I'll second. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm just.
It was motion by Ms. Rothenberg and second by Ms. Roby. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Mrs. Hankerson, we've given you to the April to come into compliance. Would you
Okay.
please stay in touch with Mr. Vexberg?
She has
Anything
been in contact with me.
Okay, anything you do, make sure that you let him know that it's
Okay.
done.
Will do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I may, does IT know if case 2 is here? Because I know that Mr. Stenson's waiting for that before.
The what?
Does IT know if case number 2 is here? Because Mr. Stenson is
What number
waiting on that
is it?
final case.
Number 2.
I've kept the Zoom meeting open, to which case number 2 has not shown up.
Okay. I feel like we've given her enough time, but it's in the board's discretion because that's his only case that he's waiting on.
We gonna do 2 or we gonna do Mr. Butler?
He's saying she still hasn't shown up.
Okay, I was just mentioning that we've given her enough due process. It's up to the board.
Okay, we'll, wait just a minute. I doubt if she's gonna show up at these last 4 cases. So, how are we gonna handle that, Mr. Simpson?
I would recommend finishing the agenda
In the end.
and then going back
Okay.
and give her as much time as possible.
Okay. Okay. Case number 29, CEB 022635, Errol Pony at 1605 North Patrick Circle. Mr. Butler.
As it pertains to 1605 North Patrick Circle, this is a field-generated case. I conducted a site inspection on October the 28th, 2025, where it was determined the property had the following violations: work without a permit, roof, garbage, and rubbish. The property was posted on December the 9th, 2025. The property was to be in compliance on January the 9th, 2026. My last date of my reinspection was February the 10th, 2026. The result of my reinspection was non-compliance. I've had no contact with the property owner and no progress. Staff requests non-compliance compliance by next cutoff.
Okay.
I'll make a motion. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds the respondent, April Prunty, in case number CEB 02-26-35, to be in noncompliance and orders the respondent to come in compliance by cutoff date of 3/4, or be returned to a hearing before the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board on 3/12 for consideration for a fine up to $1,000 a day.
Okay, it's been motioned by Ms. Roby, second by Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Case number 30, CEB 022636, Catherine R. Cosby, Estate at 1029 South Gertrude. Mr. Butler.
As it pertains to 1029 South Gertrude, this is a field-generated case. I conducted a site inspection on August the 27th, 2025. It was determined the property had the following violations: no identification numbers, broken windows, roof damage, fascia. A first notice was on November the 20th, 2025. On December the 20th, 2025, the violation was to be in compliance. Last date of reinspection was February the 10th, 2026. The result of my reinspection was noncompliance. Staff requests a finding of compliance by next cutoff.
Is anybody living in the property? I see it's for sale.
It's vacant.
Vacant.
Yes. The person is deceased.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll make a motion. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby orders that the previous order of, I'm sorry. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds the respondent, Catherine Crosby Estate, in case number CEB 0226-36 for the property at 1029 South Gertrude to be in noncompliance, and orders the respondent to come into compliance by March the 4th, or be returned to a hearing before the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board on March the 12th for consideration of a fine up to $1,000.
Second.
It's been motioned by Mrs. Rothenbach and second by Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor? Aye. Case number 31, CEB 022637, Stephen C. Henson and David C. Henson Senior Estate at 1010 Cadillac Drive.
As pertains to 1010 Cadillac Drive, this is a field-generated case. I conducted a site inspection on October the 28th, 2025, where it was determined the property had the following violations: outdoor storage, dirt, and grime. The property was posted on November the 20th, 2025. The property was to be in compliance on December the 20th, 2025. The last date of my reinspection was February the 10th, 2026. The result of my reinspection was non-compliance. I've had conversation with the property owner only once, however, no progress. Staff requests compliance by next cutoff.
I'll make a motion. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds the respondent, Stephen C. Henson and David C. Henson Senior Estate, in case number CEB 02-26-37 for the property at 1010 Cadillac Drive to be in noncompliance and orders the respondent to come into compliance by cutoff date 3/4, or be returned to a hearing before the City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board on March 12th for consideration for a fine up to $1,000 a day.
Second.
Who said second? Okay. It has been motioned by Ms. Rovers, second by Mrs. Marsh. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Case number 32, CEB 022638, is in compliance as of 2/10/26. Now we're back to case two. Which one is
Review
it?
two.
Case number 2. Okay. Mr. Stinson.
Good
Wait a
morning.
second.
Inspector Stinson.
Are we on case number 2?
Okay.
Anyway, excuse me. This respondent was first notified on 9 January 2025. Since the hearing, I've had one email from the respondent. She's now in the process of getting financing for the work to be done. She's already obtained possession of the property. So at this point, the city is asking for the imposition of a fine of $100 a day to be kept at $10,000.
So she's finished going through probate,
Yes,
and it'd be in her name next meeting, or if she comes back for a lien review?
it should be in her name when she comes back for a legal review, yes.
She's living there?
No one is living there right now.
Okay.
So
Is,
shouldn't we go to 15,000?
No, because it's in a state.
It's still a family.
okay.
I'll make the motion. The City of Daytona Beach Code Enforcement Board hereby finds that in case number CEB 03-25-60, that the respondent, Janice Hoover Estate, who was previously found in noncompliance, remains in noncompliance and therefore orders a fine in the amount of $100 per day to commence on 2/12 and continue each day on thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of $10,000 or the property is brought into compliance.
Second.
Okay. It's been motioned by Mrs. Roberts, second by Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor? Aye. Okay.
I'd just like to add something for the record. Arrangements were made for the respondent to appear by Zoom, and this board's been waiting 3 hours for the respondent to appear. The respondent has never appeared.
Okay. I would like to say, is there something we can do when they don't appear to not hold up that long? You know?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Within a certain,
It's at your discretion how long you want to wait.
You don't even have to continue it. You could have heard it.
For us to have some time on when they don't show up, that we won't have to go this
Yeah.
length of time
1 hour.
and hold it up. So is there a motion for a time or?
I make a motion for 1 hour time extension for them to
Second.
get on Zoom.
Okay. Madam Secretary, it's been moved and properly second by Mrs. Callis and second by Mr. Gonzalez that we wait 1 hour on Zoom calls.
Before you vote, I just want to clarify the terms of the motion. Is it just for when arrangements were made via Zoom or every time? Okay, Zoom.
No, Zoom. We made it for Zoom. All in favor? Aye. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I will not be here for April's meeting.
Oh.
We'll miss you.
I make
Are you
a
going on
motion that we
vacation?
adjourn.
I'm going to see my daughter.
Oh, exciting. Well, tell her we said happy birthday.
Yeah.